Do you, yes, you, do you like playing Mario Kart? Of course you do. Everyone loves screaming at their friends while throwing dead turtles and bananas at each other on various terrains in various karts. But in order to play the newest Mario Kart, you're gonna have to shell out some money. You're gonna have to spend at least a minimum of $500 to play the new Mario Kart. I need you to pretend this is more than $3. Luckily for you, I have some alternatives. So instead of Mario Kart, wouldn't you rather play a cheap version of the game that may or may not cause you to lose your sanity? No? Well, too fucking bad, because I already did, and now you have to watch me suffer instead. So, in order to find the best and worst Mario Kart rip-offs, I've come up with 3 criteria to score out of 10 that'll help us get there. 1 is value, and this is just basically, is the game equal to the price you had to pay for either the game itself or the components to run it? 2, uniqueness. How good is this game at taking the Mario Kart formula and turning it into something of its own? And 3, enjoyment. Basically, is the game fun to play, and is it easy to control, or is it going to drive you absolutely insane? Now, with all that out of the way, let's jump into the first game.
I feel like this one really just shouldn't even exist. Like, I opened this, and there was literally a 30-minute cutscene of Shrek, and you couldn't skip it. You just had to watch Shrek. So it's like you bought the Shrek DVD, and then it came with a racing game in the post-credits.
So immediately, this game honestly does not look really good, whether it's in-game or like the display. This shit looks like ass.
I feel like they made this in like 30 minutes. They just stole the engine off of some other game at DreamWorks. Or Activision, who made this actually. I bet they just stole the engine off another game and just slapped some Shrek models on it.
You know, it is from 2006, and maybe we can excuse it for that, but it did cost $10, and if you're including the cost of a PlayStation 2 nowadays, you're going to get one for like $50, so, you know, $10 or $60, you're still in for something in double digits for this game. And to be honest, that's still probably way too much to ask for a game like this. I mean, they couldn't even get the controls right. They had X as your gas button, like what game does that?
I'm assuming it's like R2 to accelerate. I'm hoping that's right.
Like usually you would go with A on Mario Kart or right trigger in any other racing game. I'm not sure where they came up with the concept of making X the button for that. And the worst part about this concept is you can't even find the controller layout in the game. You have to go to settings and then it just gives you one option and it's controller vibration. Like why would I care about that when I go to controller settings over anything else?
R2 looks behind me. R2 looks behind me. What am I doing? Hold on. Options. What do you mean? That's it? That's it? There's no controller layout. It's just vibration on, vibration off.
So to use an item, a key component of any Mario Kart type game, you're just gonna have to guess which button to press. And guess I did.
So X is accelerate, which makes no sense, but are there items? I mean, there's a little box up in the top left. What do I do? What would I press to... Nope, circles also look behind me. Is it left trigger? I don't know, because somebody froze me in last place. It's not L1. It's not L3. It's not R3. Literally none of these buttons. Oh, cinematic GTA turnaround.
Yeah, eventually I just had to Google what it was.
I've pressed every button, I swear. Oh, what the hell is that? What the hell just happened on the left there? I just saw like a bird. Don't eat me, frog. Fuck you, you didn't even hit me. Gingy, why are you screaming like you just got shot? You're fine. Oh, R1 is to, trick jump, I guess? Oh, no, that's cool. I mean, I only lost by 22 seconds. Alright, quick Google search time. Alright, so apparently the use item button is L1, which I only pressed about 100 times. But it said something about holding it, so maybe we're just supposed to hold L1? I have no idea.
And get this, they just expected me to guess that not only is it just left bumper, you have to hold down left bumper. I really have no idea how this game even existed in the state that it did, considering DreamWorks and Activision worked on this around the time of Shrek's popularity. I don't know what they were thinking when they made this.
But this is just so poorly made. Every track is impossible to see, and then there's just turns out of nowhere. So I finally figure out how to use an item, I use it, and someone immediately freezes me. Yeah, you have to hold L1 instead of just pressing it. What kind of mechanic is that? Holy shit, we're going so fast. Yeah, watch out, dumbass egg. Fuck. Egg, you literally did that to me, I swear. You grabbed me and, like, pulled me into the same trap. I'm not in last. I'm not in last. What does the pumpkin do? Nothing. It makes Gingy scream. And Gingy just won't just, like, literally stop screaming. No, that's fucking cool. No, that's actually... Why did I even play this? Why did I buy... I bought this. This was like $5. I spent money on this.
And you know what? Something else I want to point out real quick? Isn't this game called Shrek Racing? Why is Shrek not featured in races that you don't pick Shrek as? Like, I get it, you're supposed to pick Shrek as your character, but if I want to race as Gingerbread Man, where is Shrek? Why am I racing a bunch of B-tier characters and then Donkey on a dragon?
Stop taking my damn items. I don't know who that is. She is not even from Shrek. She's just like generic character. Where's Shrek, by the way? This is Shrek Racing, and unless you pick Shrek, you just not see Shrek. I just threw a bomb at nobody. Real intuitive game. Frog. Stupid fucking frog. It's like...
Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and give my score out for Shrek Racing. I feel like $10 is not a lot, but it's a lot to ask for a piece of garbage like this. Like, say you even have the controller and console ready to go, primed up and everything, it's $10. $10 you could go get some, like, food at McDonald's. Like, I don't know. I feel like you could just do better things with your money than play Shrek Racing. I'm probably going to have to give the value a 4 out of 10 because, I mean, you do get a working game. I just don't think it's worth the price you paid. And you know what? That's probably the highest rating this game is going to get, because when you look at uniqueness, it just gets worse. For uniqueness, I'm giving Shrek a 3 out of 10. This just took the generic karting formula, somehow made it even less enjoyable, and made it more generic in the process. The game looks bad, it makes you feel worse, and you don't even have fun because half the time you're just trying to understand what's going on because you can't see and you can't figure out what's happening. They literally just slapped Shrek models on a generic fucking racing game and expected it to sell well, which maybe it did, I have no idea at the time of recording this. I don't feel like researching it because why would I? And overall enjoyment, I'm giving a 1 out of 10. This really just was not fun to play. You have useless items, bad steering, no mini-map, and maps that are hard to see and hard to even like see where you're going half the time, which just is not a good combination at all. And it's just an overall depressing experience that just makes this game impossible to even think about enjoying. I genuinely believe you probably have to be on crack or something if you're going to have fun while playing this, and at that point, I think the crack is doing more than the Shrek Racing. The total score for Shrek is going to end up being 8, which is a low score, but there's plenty of room for someone to set a lower bar, especially when you consider the next game I'm about to play.
I feel like this is like such a corporate scam game. Like, oh, kids love candy, we'll just make a $5 racing game and they'll eat that shit up. Like, I don't understand what like M&M needed. Not M&M, but M&M Company. Whoever the hell that would be, I don't know.
As far as I know, this is Marshall's game because this game is trash, and it would make sense that he made it. Now, coming in at a whopping $5, but throw in like $35 if you want to buy a Wii and don't already have one, you're going to be shelling out like $40 just to play Slim's racing game. And man, is this just absolutely poorly made.
Okay, well, I started to read the controls there, and then they just fucking dipped. Alright, back except... Well, that's not my controls. I know how to navigate through a menu. You think I'm stupid? No. You know who I'm looking... Yeah, that's who I'm looking for right there. Okay, so these actually have different, like, settings. Well, why wouldn't I go with this one? It's faster.
And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, the faster kart is not better. Slow and steady is the name of the game when it comes to M&M kart racing.
Oh, but yeah, this is a tilt control. Shit. Okay, okay.
I'm using tilt controls. I do not give a fuck, Bill.
Get the fuck out of my way. Okay, these guys seem to have a different thing. They're going slow. They know something. Okay? Slow and steady seems to be the way to win.
Now, they gave this tilt control just like Mario Kart for the Wii, so that's a good idea, except they made the FOV like 10 times closer to your character than it would be in a normal game, so you just can't see shit when you're trying to steer, and it makes for just the absolute most mind-boggling experience of your life. Every single upcoming turn is impossible to see, and you guessed it, again, no minimap. I don't understand how that's just a missing feature in your racing game.
Oh my gosh, what just happened? Why did we do that? Fuck off, Red M&M. Stupid cowboy hat. Fuck out of my way. Boy, it's so dark, and there's no directions, and again, there's no minimap. So, you're just kind of racing aimlessly and hoping that you're predicting the right turn. Like, yes, sometimes there's arrows at least. But I could use some arrows in different places.
And oh yeah, one minor issue they seem to miss when testing this game. Yeah, testing, I'm sure they did a lot of that. Any object that you hit in this game is going to not only make one loud noise, but then glitch out and repeat that loud noise over and over until it stops after like 10 seconds. How do you miss that when testing? Is that not like the most crucial part of testing a game? Once you have all the bugs figured out in the code, don't you go look at other things like audio and video glitches? Or am I just completely a boneheaded idiot about how games work and you're the genius, M&Ms?
Okay. I mean, this is not going poorly. I mean, this controls really terribly, but like at least it's. Oh, I just heard like a bunch of like collision doubled effects. Like I hit the wall and like the sound effect like tripled over, like it glitched out. Where the fuck am I? I can't even see where I am. Oh my gosh, the sound effects are actually broken. Where am I? I can't see! I actually think I could have won that if I didn't crash there. Fuck. Who's Cricket? Who's Cricket? I mean, yeah, I know the color M&Ms, but who the fuck is Cricket and Robo?
Yeah, so I looked this up on the official M&M fandom page, which is weird. There's even one of those, and there's like a cart section on it. I don't know why that exists. But there's nothing about Cricket and Robo. Not even the game, not in any other M&M media, which I guess exists outside of Slim Shady. I have no idea. Why are they in this game? Why am I not racing just M&Ms? So yeah, as you can see, not only are the turns impossible to see, but they're hard to navigate as the Wii Remote is just not very responsive with the controls in this game. I don't even know who to blame at that point. Probably M&Ms, but maybe the Wii. And yep, you finally win a race and your character offs themselves, just for the fun of it. Great job. Okay, rating time. At $5, this piece of garbage is not worth it. You could not pay me $5 to touch this piece of shit again. We're going to go with a 1 out of 10 on value, and that's really only because maybe the disc case can act as like a drink rest or something, and maybe you can do some cool stuff with the disc. That's the only value you're getting out of this thing. The game holds 0 value in my eyes. As for uniqueness, I'm going to also go 1 out of 10. The only uniqueness in this game is the M&M characters, but that has nothing to do with the production of this racing game. They existed before and they exist after. This kart game did absolutely nothing to expand its own universe or any genre of the game. As for enjoyment, it's also a 1 out of 10. I didn't have fun. The controls are just unresponsive and seemingly random in how they let you turn. The power-ups make no sense. I think there's only one. I have no idea what was happening with that. The camera is absolutely impossible to work with, worse than Shrek, and the sound design is terrible because not only is it just unfun to listen to, and then it just glitches out randomly when you run into things, so I don't understand what positive is coming from this game. Seriously, if you have a Wii and you just need to play some kind of Mario Kart racing game and you want tilt controls, just drop the extra $25 and buy Mario Kart for the Wii. It's infinitely better, and you're not going to hate your life afterwards. This game gets a fantastic 3 out of 10. Dear Slim, I wrote you, and your game is ass, just like your career after 2010. Now it's time for something that's a lot fresher and a lot more playable. And the best part about this one, it's absolutely free. It's Hypercarts on Roblox.
Honestly, I feel like this is really, really well made.
Seriously though, let's get to the gameplay, because just like I was, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by this.
The hell is that cart? The Los Pollos Hermanos!
Now this game actually has like a unique art style rather than just your generic 3D karting game. I'm not saying it's like next level, but it's better than what we've been looking at. There's actual sound design, there's actual voice acting, the music is pretty cool. Whether or not they actually made it, I couldn't tell you, but it doesn't sound terrible like the last 2 games. The music they chose also fits their art style, and it makes for a pretty complimentary experience overall.
How do I use items? Oh, L1, like an actual real game should be. Why is this the most well-constructed one? We under, like, water? This is weird. There's, like, actual sound design in this game. In the Roblox game. The free one. This, like, controls really well. The music is nice, assuming it's not copyrighted. The drifting is pretty good. The items are pretty good.
And seriously, this thing is actually completely free. There's no paying to get into the game. Literally, if you can play Roblox, you can play this game. And I'm not really sure how you could be watching this video and not play Roblox, considering it's available on mobile, computer, console, literally anything that has internet access, it plays Roblox. So if you don't have that, how did you get here? Now, something to notice about this game is all of the items are direct copies of Mario Kart items, which does kind of hurt it in terms of uniqueness. But you know what? At least they're usable and not just utter garbage like the last 2 games. It just sucks that they couldn't come up with something more original. And while this game might be a little rough on the edges, it's still really fun to play, and considering it's in Roblox, I really don't think that's much of an issue.
Oh, blue shell! I thought that was a shortcut. It's not. What the hell did I get hit by? Oh, I'm so fast. We're taking second.
I couldn't get a win in any of my races, but I really think that didn't detract from my experience overall. Now, let's move on to the rating. I found that Hypercarts was a genuinely fun experience with an actual opportunity to play against other real players, unlike the last two games since they're just so old. And the best part about that is it's just completely free, and because of that, the value is going to be 8 out of 10 because you just cannot beat that price. Now, for uniqueness, the voicing and art style does help a lot, and I do like the design of this game, but I'm going to have to say the lack of new items and new concepts outside of what Mario Kart already does hurt it a little bit, so it's going to get a 6 out of 10 for that. Now, as for enjoyment, I'll probably go with a 7 out of 10. This game controlled fairly well. I never really felt like the mechanics weren't working outside of trying to use an item right after you were hit. That was kind of buggy, but what do you expect? And I could honestly see myself playing this again, maybe with some friends or something. This all comes together for a solid 21 points, making this by far the best game we've played so far. Now it's just time to see if it can hold up against the last two games that I played.
I really don't even... I don't believe this one's real. This one's actually shocking. This one doesn't make sense.
Now, this game is called Pocket Bike Racer, but I'm just going to refer to it as Burger Kart from here on out to make it a lot easier. Now, this game's a little different because it came out as an addition to a Burger King value meal a long time ago for like $4, and it's a game that you could run on your Xbox 360. Now, I could include that price as well as even the price for an Xbox 360, but you know, this game's not hard to get for free, if you know what I mean. Now, I of course would never do this, nor would I ever condone an action like that because it is highly illegal. But let's hop into the character selection because this is where the game immediately just gets really interesting.
The king? Brooke? What the fuck is Brooke Burke?
So Brooke Burke is actually the model and voice of Need for Speed 2. So apparently she actually had experience with this genre and that's why they brought her in. And they even put her on the cover of the game. Still kind of weird though.
Who? Winston? Christina? Jolly? Did Burger King try to make their own, like, extended universe of characters?
Quick tip, don't try and create your own character.
I clicked on create character. I wanted to see what would happen, and I think my game just bricked. Because I'm definitely playing this on the Xbox 360, because if I wasn't, it would mean that I had to have stolen the game. And that would be illegal. I wonder what this Burger King location's based off of. Is that a T-Mobile over there?
The graphics of this game are definitely the best I've looked at today, and the controls are actually really smooth too.
Nice. Get the fuck out of the way, Christina. We got Brooke Burke up ahead. Who the hell is Brooke Burke? Oh, I don't even know what just happened there. That was weird. It was like an oil spill. Yo, I think we locked in though. I think the king is where it's at. What the fuck just hit me? Fuck out of my way. There's no way we're losing to Burger Boy.
And yeah, there's some pretty unique items in this game.
I mean, the drifting is not great in this game. I also don't think there's any drafting. The hell was that? I actually got flashbanged. Burger Boy's packing real weapons. What the hell just happened? Oh, why is it so bright? Oh, I was doing... Oh, this hurts my eyes.
Well, maybe I spoke a little too soon about the graphics.
Holy shit, I just heard, like, guns. There's flashbangs and guns in this. What, this is supposed to be for kids? They sold this with, like, Burger King's Happy Meals. Whatever their equivalent of that is. Who is this? This is a Jolly or something. I don't know. Hey, you know what I just noticed, though? There's a mini-map on this game. That's not the right way. Come here, Jolly. I'm shooting you. What do you mean, wrong way? Alright, I'm just going in this home. What is that animation? There's peacocks in the King's Garden. What is this? Oh, this one's just as bright. Oh, no, I just can't drive because you guys all grouped together like a bunch of idiots.
I will at least give the game some credit for different map designs kind of standing out, even if some of them are a little too bright.
Come here, stupid chicken. I missed. Dude, this is subservient chicken. Aren't you supposed to serve me? I actually think I just dropped a bomb on him. Fried his ass. I'm just confused why Burger King would, like, advertise their mascot as, like, this, like, almost villain-type king. Like, he owns, like, and, like, rare animals, like peacocks and shit, just, like, keeps them hostage at his house. I'll also say there's not really any catch-up mechanics. Not like that. But, like, there's no catch-up mechanic. That's an alligator! Someone get PETA on this. There's grass giraffe. There's llamas or alpacas. I don't know what those are. The king is living too lavish.
Either way, let's move on. I think this game deserves a solid 5 out of 10 for its value, depending on how you obtain it, obviously. It's fun for about 20 minutes, until you get bored of doing the same exact races over and over again, and the brightness just starts hurting your eyes, and you don't want to do it anymore. Now, as for uniqueness, I'm actually feeling a 7 out of 10. It's a Burger King racing game that, like, came with a Happy Meal or something, has unique items, unique characters, different maps. Like, what more could you want from something like this that was just thrown in your Happy Meal for an extra $4? And finally, for enjoyment, I'll go 6 out of 10. Again, it's fun for a bit, but eventually the game does get repetitive and doesn't really change anything. It does get some bonus points for having decent controls and funny characters to choose, but the weak sound design and just the overall lack of continuous entertainment is going to hold it back. A total score of 18, though, is not bad, putting it in second place. Now, we move on to the last game, which was probably the one you were expecting to see in this video just based off of the title.
I think you knew where this was going. I feel like this is the game everyone knows is the Mario Kart Rip-Off. I've actually owned this for like 7 or 8 years and never played it.
Now, addressing how much I actually paid for this game like 9 years ago, I'm pretty sure it was $5. But I'm also pretty sure that this regularly goes on sale for like $2 or $3, so I have no idea what I really paid, but you could probably just wait around and get this for basically pennies. And while that might be a good deal, issue number 1 with Garfield Kart. The controls fucking suck. Like, why do you have to choose the controls when you launch the game like it's some 1999 Windows XP game? And then even when you choose those controls, half the time they do not save or map correctly and you're just in hell. Also, no controller support as far as I know. Now maybe there's some crazy modded Garfield Kart where you can play with a controller, but I'm just not here for that because why would I do that?
Cats in the Hood? I'm not sure if Garfield can do that. Is this really a keyboard game? What? Who makes a racing game on keyboard? I press right trigger and it pauses the game. Why can I only turn right? What the hell? I thought I fixed it. I didn't fix it. Garfield, turn left. Alright. Like they say, third try is the no, it's still not turning left. And now he's not going forward. Now backwards is forward. And there's no left turn. What kind of game is this? There's no settings to change the controls. You have to go into the input of the game when you launch it. Last try for you, Garfield. I think we figured it out. I have no idea what the rest of my keyboard controls are. I don't know how to use items. Is it click? E? I probably should have checked this. It's left alt? Why would left alt be the control?
Now, aside from this terrible control mapping, I actually like how the carts handle, and I imagine on controller they would even be better. This one kind of feels the most similar to Mario Kart, and I really like the music and sound design too. Like, it's pretty unique in its own right, and it makes the game feel more lively. Now, I don't really recognize most of the characters involved in this game besides like Garfield, John, and Odie, but you know, maybe if you're a big Garfield fanatic, you recognize the rest of the extended universe. Me, I'm literally just here for those 3. And perhaps all the maps are callbacks to like different Garfield comic strips and shows and stuff, but I wouldn't know that. I'm more of a Heathcliff kind of guy.
You gotta lock in. Fuck up. Dude. Bitch ass. Yeah, that's what I thought. Idiot. Watch where you're going. What the hell does this do? Speed boost. Fuck out my way. Lock in. Lock in, Garfield. Oh, I thought that was a speed boost. Damn it. Alright, alright. Run it back. Wait. Yo, this game kind of got a soundtrack for it. That's speed boost. Oh, you ass. It's John. Come here, John. Who? What the hell did that do? And that's some bullshit. Oh, it's speeding up. Damn you, John. Who are you?
My only real complaint with this game is I believe Garfield Kart to be rigged. You don't believe me? Just watch this.
See ya, John.
Okay, for Garfield Kart's rating, I'm going to go a solid 5 out of 10. I think the value is kind of there, but you do have to have this on Steam, meaning you need a PC to run it, and I'm not really sure how the graphics would run on something that's not really optimized for gaming. Also, I should not have to configure controls for a game that I paid for. That should be handled way before I even install the game. Now, for uniqueness, I'm going to go 8 out of 10. I really liked the maps that I played, the sound design was really cool, each one felt different and it brought something new to the table each time you loaded up a map. The characters may be unrecognizable, but they are all different from each other, and the items are like almost all food related, so it keeps it relevant in Garfield's universe. Even me, I would understand that Garfield liked lasagna and food, so that works. You could even argue that Mario Kart World stole this idea from Garfield Kart like 12 years ago about using food as boost items. Just saying, Garfield Kart, you might want to look into getting a lawsuit on that one. I'm kidding, Nintendo. Please do not sue me for making a simple joke like that. Now, for enjoyment, I will say this game really does suffer from a lack of rewards. I mean, besides getting coins for cosmetics, there really isn't a reason to replay maps. There's not really any trophies or anything, so it does lack in that department. I feel like this game is mostly one and done. Like, I felt like the controls were good, and it was kind of fun at first, but I really wouldn't see myself coming back to ever play this again. I'll go ahead and give the enjoyment factor a 6 out of 10, giving Garfield Kart a final score of 19. So, if you're above the age of 3 and can count, then you already know the final results of this, but just in case you stopped paying attention or didn't really keep track of it, I'll go ahead and list it for you now. The worst Mario Kart ripoff, with just an awful score of 3, is M&M Kart Racing. This game is real bottom of the barrel stuff. Absolutely no play value. This game just exists to exist. I would not recommend this to absolutely anybody. In 4th place is Shrek Racing with 8 points, marginally better than M&M Kart Racing, but still absolutely atrocious. In 3rd is Burger Kart with 18 points. It's a fun game, and there's some replay value to it, but overall, it really lacks something extra to make its way into the top 2. In 2nd, losing by just 2 points, is Garfield Kart with 19, meaning that Hypercarts on Roblox wins with 21 points. I would be lying if I said this didn't surprise me. I kind of figured the Roblox game would just be funny to play and maybe kind of dumb. I really didn't see anything special about it. But after playing it, I think it just goes to show how far Roblox development has gone as a whole. Like, sure, I still think Mario Kart is infinitely better, whether you're talking about 8 or World, but like, this game is free and you really don't have to have anything special to play it, so you just can't beat that. I'd say if you're just looking to save some money and still experience a game like Mario Kart, just play this. I mean, you can play it with your friends. Like, you can do everything you could do in Mario Kart. It's just free and, you know, maybe it's a little bit different. If you think you would just overall prefer Mario Kart World and you would rather just drop the money on the new game, I guess I would say, well, what was the point of you even watching this video? Maybe you just wanted to watch me suffer. And that's absolutely fair, because I wouldn't wish those bottom 2 games on the worst of my enemies. There's definitely some Mario Kart alternatives out there. It just comes down to if you want to save your money, or if you want to save your sanity.